Welcome to Quran and Science, your portal to explore the fascinating intersection of science and the Quran. We believe that science and faith can coexist harmoniously, and Quran and Science is your destination to uncover the hidden connections between these two seemingly different worlds. Until now, we have seen Islam as a religion that, according to its 5 pillars, turns us into Muslims when we perform them, but we have tried to understand it as more than just a religion. This question arises within us, and we need to sit alone in solitude and ask ourselves, what was the purpose for which Allah sent prophets to us? Was it just to say that by uttering these words, we will believe in Allah and we will all be saved? Is our purpose only to eat, drink, and make money so that we can reach the point where we realize that life is not all about eating, sleeping, and relaxing? To answer all these questions, one takes the path of manifestation and sits in one place. But can we really understand our life's purpose by just sitting in one place? To understand the purpose of a human being, we must first know what manifestation really means. Manifestation, in simple words, means observing and thinking, just like all the scholars and scientists who have come and gone. Whatever philosophy or invention they presented was the result of some kind of observation and thinking. In the Quran, Allah himself says, "Do they not look at the camels, how they are created?" So, what has happened to us today that we have abandoned the habit of looking and thinking? Instead, we accept others' words without thinking or understanding. Now, if we look to the eastern side, we see that they have adopted the habit of observation. This Quran itself serves as guidance for Muslims, as every human being always remains engrossed in some thought. The truth is that the human mind has 4 types of thoughts, and among them, the most satisfying thought is the one that satisfies the self. Is the human mind capable of providing us with so much knowledge, observation, and thinking that we can succeed in this world and the hereafter? The fact is that the Quran, revealed 1400 years ago, aims to provide guidance to those who seek success. It wishes them to dominate the world. But today, we see that since Muslims have abandoned thinking through the Quran, they have adopted the habit of observing the East and achieving success. The Quran mentions natural phenomena in 750 places, but the question arises as to how many people have ever thought about it and understood it. During the Golden Era, the Muslim scholars and scientists who passed by made a name for themselves in various fields, including astronomy, mathematics, medicine, and more. Al-Khwarizmi, known as the father of algebra and computer science, Ibn al-Haytham, who illuminated the principles of optics, and Ibn Sina were all scientists who left their mark in history. Even when we explore history a bit, it becomes apparent that women have always played their important roles. For instance, the first university was established by a woman named Fatima al-Fihri in Morocco. When we look at history, we often find that these achievements were made by Muslim scholars and scientists. So, have we ever delved deeper into history to understand that these foundations were laid by Muslims? Have we ever wondered why we cannot achieve these things? Do we lack the facilities, or have we lost the passion? When Eastern societies can achieve success based on these foundations, why are we astonished by their scientific inventions? The Quran provides laws and principles that are needed for humanity's progress. Have we ever made an effort to understand the Quran? Knowledge is the result of human efforts, observation, and thinking, but we have abandoned these habits and spend most of our time on futile activities. This leads us to forget our purpose in this world and the hereafter. Furthermore, science is revealing that the universe was created through the Big Bang. This fact was mentioned in the Quran 1400 years ago. What is it that stops us from adhering to the Quran and its teachings? When we stand before Allah on the Day of Judgment, will we be able to answer that we respected His book but did not follow its commands? We must put the Quran into practice by contemplating and thinking about its teachings so that we can become better individuals and contribute positively to this world and the hereafter. Furthermore, science also states that with time, the universe continues to expand. Is it not a fact that our Quran mentions, the heaven we built with our own hands, and indeed we go on expanding it? As Muslims, we have been enlightened about this truth a long time ago. Then why do we get surprised when we come across scientific discoveries like Einstein's theory of relativity, which states that if an object travels at the speed of light, time stops? And when we discuss time, psychology also tells us that time's impact is only on matter. So, what is time? Psychology suggests that it is the necessary element to bring thought from the observing material to the observer. But if we eliminate matter, we can eliminate time. In simpler terms, today's human materialistic thinking suggests that if we eliminate this materialistic thinking, we can control our own desires, which enhance our observing capacity. If we study the life of great scientists like Einstein, we find that they often contemplated and reflected upon their findings. Should we not then reflect on our holy book as well? Do we need to focus on our book's reverence only, or should we apply its teachings in our lives? So that in the hereafter, when we stand before Allah on the Day of Judgment, we can answer and say, "What have we done for your religion? Have we only respected your book and kept it in one place, or have we followed its commands and contemplated upon it to become better individuals?" It is often asked, what is personality? Science and the Quran both recognize that personality is, in fact, the self. So, think about it, what is the self? The self shows us the good and bad sides, and what we call the nafs is what we refer to as the inner self. And if we commit a wrong, it is the self that reproaches us. The self does not control our inner and external aspects. If we do not provide knowledge to this self and do not control it, our personality cannot develop. Knowledge is what brings us from the I to the you. Eastern philosopher Iqbal's poetry greatly emphasizes this concept. Even Iqbal mentioned this in his books. What is this self about which they talk, and what do they aim to eliminate? Self means that we all should become enlightened about our purpose and reality and gain knowledge to know God. Knowledge connects humans to God. Therefore, even science intersects here. It is based on laws and principles that someone created. Have we forgotten, as Muslims, that everything is written in His book? The point is, have we ever contemplated and thought? Have we ever tried to understand Him? Stay tuned for engaging discussions, thought-provoking insights, and a deeper understanding of the beautiful relationship between the Quran and science. Be sure to subscribe for more thought-provoking content on the Quran and science. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.